Hello, hi, welcome back or welcome if it's your first time here. So today we are testing more brand new affordable makeup. So yeah, if you like it, give it a big thumbs up, consider subscribing if you haven't already, and we're just going to go into it. So I've got my eyebrows done because we have no new eyebrow stuff today, and I also did conceal my lids, you can see because I already creased them, just because we have a new eyeshadow palette. But first we're going to try this. So this is from Primark. This is the Barbie Like a Boss lip scrub and lip oil lip kit. So this is what it looks like. You got little Barbies everywhere. It's kind of cute. And let me just open this up and we'll see what we're working with. So Primark has a whole bunch of like lip stuff. This is a lot of lip oil. I haven't tried this. I haven't even swatched it or anything. Okay, so this is what the lip kit looks like. So we have just a very traditional like sugar lip scrub, and then we have a little lip oil, has a little Barbie logo on it. Just smells kind of like artificial. So this is what it looks like. Like I said, it's just like a very stereotypical like sugar scrub. Feels pretty sticky. And I definitely prefer the ones that are in a stick form. I don't tend to like these pot ones just because they're just really messy. You should end up with shit everywhere. So one like this is like a pot one. I would probably just leave like in the drawers by the bath and just use it when I have a bath, as opposed to like before I'm getting ready or something. But I mean, it feels nice. My lips feel soft, but like not anything special. It just feels like a very typical lip scrub. Now let's try this oil. It has the same sort of same sort of smell, which is just like really sweet, but like artificial sweet. Well, it feels nice. It feels like thick, but like in a really good way. This feels really nice on the lips. I just really don't like the smell of them. I'm not sure what it is. I'd imagine it's like guava or something. It doesn't say, but that lip oil feels really lovely. Okay, so then I'm going to move on to the eyes, and I have this new palette which I'm excited for. You can see I've already swatched them. This is from the Revolution Pro, which obviously is like one of those little sister brands of Makeup Revolution. I'm not sure how it works. I think they're a little different brands, but this is the Love Yourself Shadow Palette. This is what it looks like. So we get 5 shades. 2 of them are like shimmers. This one looks like a glitter, and then we have 2 mattes. This is in the shade Soft Pink. So we're just going to do a little look-see with this today. So I'm going to start out by taking this Dusty Pink matte, which is the darkest matte that you have in the palette. So you really don't have a lot of options with this palette, but they had like different coloured palettes. So realistically, I think this is just going to give you like a very soft look, whatever way you slice it, really. Like very light and soft. But I think I'm going to try and do like a halo eye today. Although typically I'd use like a darker shade on the outer parts of a halo eye. Like I know most people will use like a black and stuff. I just feel like I've been doing the same eye look for a while now. So I just thought I'd do something different. Although to be honest, for like a good while now, all I've really been doing is like either supernatural makeup or like graphic liner makeup. And that's like all I've been doing. But I think we're going to do like some very typical like soft glam today. So that is that darkest pink shade blended out. I'm going to take a bigger brush and go in with the lighter pink. Just dust that here. I mean, I do definitely think they could have had a darker shade in here, because like this lighter shade is not really light enough. It's not really deep enough to do anything, but also like not light enough to do anything. It's kind of like one of those like mid weird shades where like it's not like light enough to like highlight your inner corner or you're under your brow bone, but it's also not like dark enough to transition. But I'll just use it as like a blending out shade. Okay. And then we will move on to the shimmers. So 3 shimmers. I'm guessing we're going to work dark to lightest and just see how it goes. I'm just taking a little flat top brush. This one is from Beauty Bay. This is the Shade Out brush. And I'm going to take this shimmer right here, which kind of looks like a dark, kind of like purplish brown almost. I have my NYX Bear With Me setting spray. I'm just going to give it a bit of a spritz because I don't want fallout everywhere, even though I'm doing my eyes first obviously, but I still don't really want fallout everywhere. Just going to put this like on these edger parts. Oh, that's actually way prettier than I thought it would be. I thought it would be like too dark, but that's actually really nice. Oh, we're having a plumber come today because we've been having this problem, well, quite a lot of problems in our flat, and none of them have been like easy fixes. Like we've got like a blockage in one of the pipes and he doesn't know which pipe. We've got a leak at the mains. We had like a leak in radiator. Like things have just not been too hot with the flat, but hopefully he'll actually turn up. That's the other thing, is that like we've kind of been messed around by a lot of plumbers here. Like I've tried to call up plumbers repeatedly and they just either never come, or they never come back, or they never answer, or they never like return phone calls. It's honestly been such a really big issue that we've actually had to get the landlord to do it for us, because we wanted, well, we were going to book it so that it was like a time that suited us, so that we knew like when it was going to happen and we could arrange, but like we just had no luck, that we had to just get the landlord to sort it out. Okay, then I'm gonna move into this like golden shade, and I'm gonna pop that like right in the center, and I think we'll probably go over it with like that like glitter that we've got, but just for now. These are working how I want them to with a brush. I want it to be like very subtle shimmer, like I don't want it to be like too intense. If I wanted it to be more intense, I could use my finger, or I could like really wet this and like swipe it on, but I feel like it's doing what I want it to do. I'm gonna go back in with a bit of that darker one just to re-intensify. Okay, so it's not the most dramatic halo eye right now. It's definitely very subtle, which I like, and I also think this palette is pretty much designed for. Like it's a very sort of like soft pink, clean girl kind of palette, isn't it? I actually really like the look so far. And then I am going to dip into a little bit of this, and I'm going to use my finger. Ooh, that looks pretty. That just looks like kind of more metallic than glittery. And I'm going to use my finger for this one. Just blend that a bit. Like I said, I do think they could definitely have a bit more contrast. I feel like the shimmers aren't too vastly different. And the mattes, I mean, you know my thoughts on them, but this is essentially the eye look that I have made with this little palette. I think it's cute, very good for everydays if you like this like very soft pink kind of vibe. So we do have a mascara, but I'm going to save it for later after I've done my setting spray and everything, so that it has better chance of it like not smudging. I don't really want to interfere with it. So now we're going to move on to the face. So I have a whole bunch of stuff here. I have a lot of stuff from the Barry M Fresh Face line. I've got their foundation, their cream blush, I've got their concealer, I have their setting spray, I have this primer from Collection, which we tried in our last video. I have a new cream bronzer. So I'm gonna start with this again. So this is the Collection Gorgeous Glow Filter Finish Complexion Boosting Primer and Illumination. So I tried this in my last video, And I said I thought it was supposed to be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, which I've never tried, as I mentioned in that video. But I'm going to use it with this foundation today because it's like the only new primer that I have and I want to see what it can do. So I'm just going to swipe it like that and blend it in. Okay, so aside from this now, all I had on my face was the Prep and Perfect Vitamin Enriched Moisturising Primer. That's all I had on. So, for foundation, I have this. So this is the Barry M Fresh Face Foundation. It says, get that dewy skin finish with this fresh face foundation. This lightweight formula blends seamlessly into skin to leave the ultimate healthy glow. It's infused with aronia berry to protect, vitamin C to brighten, and hyaluronic acid to plump and moisturize. Get ready for flawless skin with this radiant foundation. I have mine in the shade Fresh Face Foundation 2, and I had this primer thing in the shade Fair One. So I'm gonna shake it up. I feel like it's gonna be liquidy. This again comes in a squeeze bottle, which I've dropped on the floor. But I mentioned this in my last video that all of these, oh wow, is that gonna be the right color? That all of these kind of like fresh face clean girl makeup things are all coming in plastic bottles, which like I don't mind the squeezy tube, but I do just like knowing how much I'm putting on, which I don't know with these. And I'm gonna go in with my Eco Tools blender thing. Okay. What kind of coverage is this? It doesn't tell you what kind of coverage this is gonna be, but this is definitely like super light. Okay. We'll have to see if this builds then, because this is not covering like any of my blemishes at all. So for full disclosure, I do also have rosacea, so that's why I have like super red cheeks. But Jesus Christ, okay, I'm taking more, so like that much. Just gonna dot it places. It definitely smells like chemicals, which is always fun. And as per usual, I will have all of the prices on screen. It's just so much easier than me saying them all to you because I just forget. I feel like this is not really doing anything, I'm not gonna lie. Like, again, it doesn't look particularly radiant. It's definitely more radiant than the 17 one that I tried, but this has like pretty much no coverage to it. So if you're having a really good skin day, or you want to do that like no makeup look, then this might be a good choice for you, because it looks pretty skin-like. Like it does have like a little sheen to it. It's not overly dewy though, but this has super light coverage to it. So if you have rosacea, any sort of like blemishes, acne, anything, it's just not gonna cover it. So I feel like I use a decent amount of that as well. Great. Then we have the Fresh Face Perfecting Concealer, again from Barry M. This has hyaluronic acid in it, and I have mine in the shade FFPC3. So this is not my shade, it's the only shade they had. It looks really dark and yellow, but it should be okay. Apparently I just didn't get the right shade in any of this. I hope this has more coverage than the foundation. I also have my Juvia's Place concealer to hand in case I need to cover up any blemishes or what have you. But I'm just doing this side first. Ooh, this one actually looks like it might have some nice coverage. I do like that this has hyaluronic acid in it, because I think that it's always good when your skin looks hydrated. It's when it looks like the most healthiest and like plumpest. This shade actually isn't too dark. It's quite yellow for me, but that probably helps to counteract some of that redness that I have. But this is a direct comparison, one side done without anything. So this is with it, this is without it. It definitely does something. I don't think it has a lot of coverage though. Like, I can still see my blue tones. It seems very comparable to the 17 concealer that we tried in our last video. So I'm going to slap a bit of this on. But I do think I'm also going to slap on a bit of the Juvia's Place concealer, just because Cam was picking at my face earlier, so I do have quite a lot of blemishes today. I do almost think as well that the fact that this is a darker shade probably helps it appear to be like it has more coverage than it has. I feel like if I had a true shade or like a lighter shade, you'd really see how light the coverage was. But again, that has sort of like a natural look and finish, like a very light sheen to it, but it's not like super dewy. Oh, it covered the blemishes actually better than I thought it would. Okay, so I feel like that did help to give me a bit more coverage to my face. My face is too dark right now and like kind of like too orange toned, but right now I would say I prefer the concealer to the foundation. The foundation just doesn't have enough coverage for me. And I don't really like full coverage. I just want something that at least disguises my rosacea and stuff. So here it is before. I'm going to add some Juvia's Place. Okay, so now we have a new cream bronzer. This is from Revolution. This is the Makeup Revolution cream bronzer. I have mine in the shade Light. So it just looks like this. And then it looks... Does this twist anymore? No, okay, that annoys me. It looks like it's like a gel formula, but we'll see if I like this better than the e.l.f. Putty Blush that I tried last time. I have no idea how pigmented this one is, so I'm not going to start off too heavy. I'm just going to stipple it in. Ooh, I like that tone. It's like less orangey than the e.l.f. one that I tried in the last video. But it seems nice, actually. It seems more like a gel, though, than like a cream. Like, it feels more gel-like to me. It has a nice amount of pigment to it. But it blends out really easily. And it looks very natural. I like this. I feel like this one is even like a better tone than that e.l.f. one. Like I said, I feel like it ran a little bit too warm for me, whereas I feel like this one is definitely a bit more neutral, although it definitely still is like bronze. We do have a cream blush now. So this is again from Barry M. This is the Fresh Face Cheek and Lip Tint. It has Aronia Berry, Vitamin C and Hyaluronic Acid, so the same as the foundation. And I have mine in the shade Caramel Kisses, which looks like this, a very pretty shade. Ooh, very nice. I'm going to just use my like beauty blender thing for this. On this side, then on this side, let's use my little brush actually. That looks really pretty. Ooh. I really like that colour. It's like a kind of like burnt terracotta shade. I'm adding more on now. I'm gonna go for that like sunburn look. Let's hope this goes well. Blends out really nicely, but it has like a decent amount of pigment to it. Okay, so that's how that cream blush is looking. I really like that as well. It has like a nice amount of pigment, but it blends out easily. It was buildable, really lovely. I'm gonna add a couple faux freckles with my Revolution Laminate Brow I have this in medium brown, and it's just like a really good warm shade to do some faux freckles with. So I'm just going to dot it on my face before I set it, just so that it looks a bit more natural. I love doing faux freckles all the time, but especially when I have like this sort of like sun-kissed accentuated cheek part. I already have quite big cheeks right here, but when they're accentuated like even more, I just think it looks so cute to have like little freckles. Okay, and then I'm going to take my beauty sponge and just dab over them. Really quickly just set my face using my sun-kissed Fast Fix powder. Okay, so I'm quickly going to, I think, pop on some highlighter. I don't have a new one. I'm just going to use my sun-kissed Baked to Perfection blush and highlighter and just dip in it to the highlighter and just whack it on my cheek. And then we're going to really quickly finish up the little eyeballs, and then we'll try the mascara. And then we've got a setting spray we're going to try. We'll try the mascara, and then we'll put something on our lips. So I'm just doing a little bit of blending quickly from where my concealer messed some stuff up. Taking my brush and dipping into that light pink again. Taking that bigger brush with the lighter pink and just running that under, just blending everything. I'm also going to take a really small brush and go into this light gold, and I'll just pop that under my brow bone, and then I'm going to whack a little bit on my inner corner too. Okay, so I'm really quickly going to pop in with our lip, which is the 17 High Shine Lip Crayon in the shade Toffee Peach. I really like this. And that lip oil we had on before, it feels like it's really nourished my lips really nicely. I really enjoy this lip crayon. Very lovely. And then we're going to set our face. So for that I have this. This is the Fresh Face Matte Setting Spray. Niacinamide Sugar Kelp. That's what it says on it. This is again from Barry M. It says, keep makeup in place for longer with the Fresh Face Matte Setting Spray. Formulated with niacinamide to hydrate and sugar kelp extract to mattify. Simply hold 8 to 10 inches away from the face and mist lightly to lock in your look with a matte finish. So I would have preferred the dewy one if they had it, but they were all sold out. So I figured I'd get this. I really like the sprayer. I know this is like a weird thing to notice, but like how chubby it is. Like not the actual mist itself, but the actual like little head. Smells like it's gonna be a bit chemically, and it also looks like it's gonna be a bit aggressive, but let's see. It is, oh, it definitely does kind of sound like alcohol, and it is a little bit like aggressive, but it feels like nice and cooling, especially on a day like today. Like it's been really hot here, so this actually feels quite nice. And we'll see what kind of finish my face has. What in the hell is that? Is it me, or does my cheek look like glittery? Is that just the particles? Okay, we're gonna keep an eye on this. Okay, so I had a little up close look at my face, and it definitely does look a little bit like there's sparkle on me. But other than that, it does kind of leave like this natural matte kind of finish. Like it's not too radiant. The radiance is really coming from mainly like my highlighter. The rest of it looks pretty matte, but it looks good. If you are in the market for a matte setting spray, it is nice. I do think there are better ones, and I am curious why there's glitter on me. But I mean, we'll see. And then the final thing we're going to do is mascara. So for that, I have this one from Primark. This is the PS Double Act. It is for lift, length and volume. It's a two-sided mascara wand. The slim side lengthens while the whilst the wide side builds Vava volume. So a little before and after as well down here. 94% said it gives longer looking lashes. 91% said it instantly lifts lashes. So I got this because I couldn't actually find the normal one I use, which is the Aqua Lash from Primark. I couldn't actually find it. So I thought, okay, I'll try a new one. And this one sounded the best. Although I really do prefer mine to be waterproof. But I'm just going to give my lashes a little curl. This is actually a Primark eyelash curler as well. Let's move you closer and let's do this. So this is what the wand looks like. So it's like flat, but it has two sides which have like different kinds of bristles maybe. I'm honestly unsure. It looks like it holds a lot of product in it. And these look like they're all like the natural bristles, not plastic. I don't know how to describe the texture. It almost feels like sticky, kind of. Like it's a very, like it kind of feels like a balm, I guess. I'm not sure which side to use though. Am I using it right? I have no idea. Okay, so that is one coat. It looks nice. Yeah, looks nice. It looks promising. Let's do the other eye. I'll speed through this bit, I guess. Okay, so this is two coats. This is one coat. I feel like it builds okay, but overall, it's definitely not my favourite mascara. Like, I definitely do still prefer my Aqua Lash over this, because it just gives me more sort of like wisp, whereas this is, I guess, more sort of like natural, but it doesn't really seem to be doing a lot. Maybe this is one of those ones where it will benefit from the formula drying out a little bit. So I'll try this again in probably like a week or so, and I'm guessing we'll probably get better results because it seems like my lashes are dropping. And also I don't understand this brush. Like, I don't know which side I'm supposed to be using. I'm twisting it every like few passes through or so, and I'm not really noticing a difference with either side, to be completely honest. But I will also try it on my bottom lashes. But this is my eyelashes, two coats. Let's do the bottom lashes and then I'll come to you for the finished look. Okay, so this is my finished look using all new makeup, and I have some thoughts. So right around here, it's looking really dry already. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and I'll see you in the next one.